Next, place the mouse over Settings and click UpdraftPlus Backup. The UpdraftPlus Backup Restore dashboard appear. Here we can see several tabs: the current status, the existing backups, the settings, the debugging expert tools, the add-on. First, click on the current status. Basically, it's showing us the action that we can take, such as backup now, restore, or clone or migrate. Basically, once we have configured the backup options, we can go here and click on backup now. Once it is backed up, we can restore, or once the backup has been created, we can use the restore to restore from the previous backup. The clone migrate means we can clone the entire site. Then we can migrate it to another server. The existing backup, this will show the previous versions of our backup. But since we have not created a backup yet, so it does not show any backup yet. Next, click on the Settings tab. Next, we want to configure backup contents and schedule. File backup interval. For testing purposes, it is best set it as manual and retain this many scheduled backup 3 generations. Database backup interval. For testing purposes, it is best to leave it as manual and retain this many scheduled backups 3 generations. And to be able to set it as a certain time and as a certain date, this is a premium features. And what do we want to include in our file backup? Basically, we want to include the plugins, the themes, and the uploads. So we leave all 3 in checks. And do we want to exclude any file that we indicated here? And any other directory found inside of UP content directory. And any other directories found inside of UP-content folder. And we also want to exclude other files than we indicated here. Next, the database encryptions. It is a premium features for reporting purposes. Where do we want to send the email after Updraft is backed up, restored, cloned, or migrate, or anything relating to UpdraftPlus? As you can see, it will send to my admin email. Next, we need to configure the remote storage. So for testing purposes, I have created an account at Dropbox. And for a personal account, they give me 2 GB, which is not bad for testing purposes. Notice, authenticate with Dropbox. You appear to be already authenticated after you have saved your setting by clicking Save Changes below. Then come back here once and click this link to complete authentication with Dropbox. Next, click Save Changes. Now we go back to Settings and we need to go and authenticate with Dropbox. So we click on this link. A message from Dropbox is that UpdraftPlus would like to access to its own folder apps UpdraftPlus inside your Dropbox. Click Allowed. As you can see, I just go to Dropbox and it created an apps folder, and it's created a subfolder called UpdraftPlus. So when I click on backup now, it will create a backup.zip store on the web hosting provider and a copy sent to the remote storage such as Dropbox. So let's click on backup now. Here, this is very important. To proceed, press backup now, then watch the last log message field for activity. Do not check any of these boxes. Basically, we want to include the database in our backup. We want to include files in our backup. We want to send this backup to remote storage such as Dropbox. So do nothing else except for click on backup now. Notice the backup has been done. Let's go check out the Dropbox. As you can see, since this site is a test site, it had very limited blogs, comments, images. So it didn't take very long. It took less than a minute to complete the entire backup, and it stored the in the UpdraftPlus folder in Dropbox. So as you can see, for disaster recovery purposes, we can always store a copy on the remote site. And if we need to restore, in case the website got hacked, then we can always download a copy and restore it.